Colo at DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you. Today I'm here in Chicago, Illinois, and I'm at the home of the Inspired Home Show, which is formerly known as the Housewares Show. This is an industry-only trade event that I have been attending for over 15 years now. There's no other influencer online that comes to these shows that will basically share with you guys the new juicers, blenders, and other products that will allow you to process more fruits and vegetables and other healthy plant foods to get them into, other than me, that I'm aware of. So what we're going to do in this episode is actually we're going to show you guys around what this show looks like inside, as well as more importantly take you guys to some of the booths here, the exhibitors that have some of their latest and greatest juicers, dehydrators, and other equipment such as vacuum blenders that will allow you to elevate your level of health. So let's go ahead and head into the show and check it out. So as you guys can see, we're inside the trade show, and this trade show is smaller. It used to be 3 buildings, now it's only 2, but actually I like this smaller condensed format because it seems a lot fuller and a lot more lively for sure. So we're gonna take you guys around to some of my favorite booths with new juicers and other equipment that may be coming out or equipment that is already available and newly released. One of the vendors that I'm glad to see is here for the first time in many years is Hurom. I don't know if you guys see their sign all the way down there. It says Hurom in green, but I had a nice meeting with them to try to work with them. I met with their marketing manager for the US. That being said, I was told that they do not allow any filming at their booth, so me or anyone else, and it's nothing personal against me. I was saddened to hear this because I would love to bring you guys what they are doing new, so I will share with you guys what I saw at their booth real quick. Number one, I was really glad to see that they kind of have a museum built into their booth because after all, Hurom did invent the slow juicer. First the horizontal slow juicer, and then the vertical slow juicer. So they had like their old original models and prototypes, as well as prototypes of different augers and screen designs over the many years, as well as they had all their latest and greatest models, including their easy clean screenless design. They also had of course the H310, which has been out. I've tested that, link down below. They also had the H400, which I've already tested, link down below to that video if you guys want to learn about that. They also have their all-new H320 that is just released as of a few days ago in the United States, which I have not yet tested, which I will test in the future. So make sure you click the subscribe button so when I do test the H320 to the NAMA J2, you guys could learn the pros and cons of each machine. They also had a new model that, you know, they had a different model number for, but in Korea it is being sold as the H410. You know, so you could go to hurom.co.kr to see the H410 on that website, but they said maybe it'll be released here in the US in the next few months, so I'm looking forward to that. That's basically like the H400, but a little bit more compact, smaller version that I thought looked a lot nicer and doesn't have the built-in pulp catch, which I'm not the biggest fan of. In any case, let's head over to some of the other exhibitors here and show you guys their new products. All right, next up I'm going to show you guys the Tribest booth, and they've been making healthy living easy for over 35 years. I've been working with them for over 25 years myself. So let's check out their all new products and actually some of their cool old ones that I really love a lot. One of my favorite Tribest products that they are showing here, and unfortunately there's only 2 companies I think in this whole building that actually have vacuum blenders. A lot of companies have actually discontinued vacuum blenders because they found that they did not sell because, in my opinion, they did not do the education to educate consumers on why vacuum blending is so important. So I'm glad that Tribest not only still has their commercial certified professional vacuum blender that you can buy for home, but also they're continuing development and hopefully going to come out with new vacuum blending products in the future. But here's the thing, this is why vacuum blending is so important. This little nice display they put up, high-speed blending comparison without vacuum. You could see the juice turns all a funky color. That is a polyphenol oxidase reacting with the oxygen that will lower the oxygen-sensitive nutrients in the juice. right? When you vacuum blend, you will keep a more consistent color, keep more beneficial phytochemicals and vitamins that are oxygen sensitive, as well as not inject your smoothie with up to 4 times or even greater amounts of air bubbles, micro air bubbles that will then oxidize your fruits and vegetables more quickly. And when you swallow air bubbles, you are swallowing air. I could swallow air and make myself burp, but when you drink a smoothie, you're unknowingly swallowing air bubbles, so you could get bloating and belching and even gas, right? You don't want those things. And also you could also have better flavor sensations, because once again, when the blender is oxidizing with the oxygen there, it's lowering the flavor compounds as well. And nobody wants to air up their smoothie. Like, you don't want to water down your smoothie either. And of course, my friend Nate says, once you go back, you don't go back. So I want you guys to experience vacuum blending if you haven't already. And if you guys want to learn more about the Tribest Dynapro vacuum blender, make sure you click the link down below to my video where I have a full unboxing and review of the Tribest Dynapro. Next up, I want to show you guys one of Tribest's best sellers, and the price point is under 60 bucks, right? This product is amazing. It will allow you to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables by literally turning them into angel hair pasta or even zucchini, right? Get rid of that pasta made out of wheat and all these things, and just take some fresh zucchini so you can get more fruits and vegetables. And yes, zucchinis are actually technically a fruit because they contain seeds into you and your family's diet. So this is the Shine Kitchen Company electric spiralizer, and check it out. They got 4 different versatile cuts you guys could do there. And if you guys want to learn more about the electric spiralizer, make sure you see my unboxing video where I go really deep, use all kinds of different vegetables and fruits to spiralize to turn into amazing noodles, including, I think I even used some purple sweet potato in that video. But this just makes it simple and easy. They have a non-slip veggie grip, so your vegetables don't slip. It's fully automatic, so no more cranking some kind of handle. You don't have to buy pre-cut vegetable noodles at the produce section that can oxidize and go bad more fast. Plus, there's a lot more surface area for it to collect bad bacteria. So make it yourself at home. This is so simple and so easy to use. And look at this, literally twist, twirl, and toss to make some amazing looking garnishes or even salads or vegetable pasta from your fruits and veggies. So next up, I want to show you guys the Shine Multibatch Compact Juicer. I know a lot of you guys can't afford the Big Daddy vertical hopper juicers these days, but now Shine has come out with a sub $150 multi-batch compact juicer for you guys, and it's right here, the SMB. And check it out, this allows for hands-free batch juicing. Super simple, super easy. Also, it is BPA-free juicing parts, which is stainless steel free. And this is the best travel juicer. It's nice and compact, performs really well in my testing. This is the machine that I take on my trips. You can take it through the TSA checkpoint. The TSA may want to open your bag, but there are no sharp blades or anything to set them off. And it's just super simple, super easy. You literally lift up the lid, load the ingredients, turn it on, you walk away, and you could have a whole glass of juice. So let me show you guys how this works. We're just gonna go ahead and open up the lid here. We're gonna take a whole bunch of pre-cut apples and carrots, dump it in there, loads it up real nice, shut the lid, turn it on, and now as you guys can see, I could literally walk away and let the juicer work without me. It is sitting there juicing. No more do you have to sit there and push each item in the machine. This will make juice fast and easy for you. The thing I really like about this machine is that it is easy to clean. There are just a few parts to clean, no screen to scrub, and actually it does include 2 cleaning brushes to make the cleaning process a lot easier. So as you guys can see, the machine is done juicing without me doing anything. We could go ahead and turn it off and shut the spout cap, and check it out. We got all this juice that I didn't do anything for. We're gonna go ahead and load this glass up. Look at this. We filled up this entire glass without doing anything. This is the easiest juicer ever. And the juice tastes so good. If you guys want to learn more about this Shine Compact Multi-Batch Juicer, make sure you click the link down below to my full unboxing review so you could learn a lot more how amazing this compact batch juicer really is. So now I'm going to show you guys the all-new Green Star 5. This is the evolution of the twin gear juicer. Tribest is the company that brought twin gear juicers into existence with their original Green Power, then later Green Life and Green Star, and the Green Star Elite, the Green Star Pro, their commercial line, and now they have the Green Star 5, guys. And this is my favorite twin gear juicer of them all. They've made cleaning easier, and this even more convenient and easy to use with a built-in drip tray, as well as larger feed chute because it's a circle instead of a square. And I mean, I know a lot of you guys don't really know about the benefits of juicing in two stainless steel twin gears. The gears literally grind up the produce better than any other single auger juicer ever could because it grinds to a finer particle size. And it's just not me saying this, right? Tribest has done testing, unlike most companies out there, with juice stability as well as nutrient content in the juice. So you can see here their little display, you get up to 30% higher yield. And here's the other thing, very important, 200% higher nutrient density. If you guys are trying to heal from a chronic situation, nutrient density and the nutrients in the juice is so important because a lot of juicers, especially slow juicers, will leave nutrients in the pulp, right? Here's a test where it shows the higher juice yield compared to a hydraulic juicer and what they call a single auger masticating juicer. You can see there. And this is basically just the higher mineral content of the different minerals that due to the magnetic and bioceramic technology in the core of each of the gears is said to pull out more minerals. And they don't just say that, they actually prove it with the data analysis. And that's really the main benefit of the twin gear. Now, it will take longer to use, but you will extract more nutrition. And of course, because there are a few more parts, there are more things to clean. But once again, every juicer is a trade-off. If nutrition, content, and high yield is very important to you, the Green Star Gen 5 is it. So let me go ahead and show you guys how this machine can easily juice celery and get the highest mineral extraction and juice yield when juicing straight celery. So I really love some of the new features of the Green Star 5, including the center balance handle. This is cool. You can literally pick this up and it's center balance. Their old machines kind of were back heavy or front heavy. This one, not any longer. In addition, they have the built-in holder for your pusher, so that in the middle of juicing, you don't have to put this on your countertop. It's not gonna roll off the counter. You have a nice, easy place to store it when you're done. In addition, this is easy to disassemble and take apart. These parts have all been improved to be a lot more durable and stronger, including the new rake on the outlet port. So I really like that a lot, as well as an outlet adjusting knob so you control how dry your pulp will be. And of course, they have the all-new circular instead of square feed chute that gives you a little bit more space when juicing. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this machine on. And what we're gonna juice today between two twin gears is simply some celery. So I can just push the celery in there. Goes in super simple, and the cool thing about this pusher, you push it in, this will never hit the gears because it has a stop. And the cool thing about this is, unlike the square pusher, this one you can kind of spin down. So this really makes it easy to push the produce in. Actually, I just learned this tip from Jenny, the Tribest rep. And it really makes it juicing easy. So I mean, if you're pushing a carrot in here, it will take more strength, but leafy greens literally could get sucked into this machine, and celery that's so juicy, I mean, I can literally push it in with one finger. Look at that. This is amazing. Oh my gosh, I put 3 stalks in and look how much juice we already made. This is getting more yield than virtually most other juicers out there. And look at this, I can just crank the celery right through there quickly and easily without any problem. All right, last piece of celery, juicing on up, super quick, super easy, a lot faster than a hopper style juicer ever could juice celery. Once again, every machine has its own sets of pros and cons. we could turn it off and check out this pulp, guys. This pulp had been ground up and it's super dry. I could barely squeeze any additional juice out of it. And of course we have a built-in drip tray that is removable, so you could easily clean it when you're done. And of course, look at this. We made a whole glass of juice, even more than a glass, right? Look, we have extra. Quickly and easy. Actually, this was faster than the SMB, but I did have to push in the celery a little bit. But let me go ahead and taste the celery juice because this is another main benefit. I can taste the minerals in this juice. It's so sweet, and I would say salty and minerally. That's the nutrition you're tasting, guys. You guys want to learn about the new Green Star Gen 5? Make sure you click the link down below to my full unboxing review video. So if you guys want to buy any of the Tribest products that you guys saw today, you can save 10% by using my coupon code at tribest.com/DJ10. I'll put a link down below the video. All right, next up I want to show you guys the Kuvings booth, and actually what I have to say is hats off to Kuvings because they have the most popular juicing booth here at this whole event. They have a demonstrator basically making juice in a nice display, and actually people literally handing out juice to the visitors here, attendees at the event, to get juice in the hands of more people, and that's what their machines can do for you. So we're gonna go ahead and head over there, and we're gonna show you guys some new equipment they may be coming out with in the near future, as well as some of their old equipment that is currently available, and I'm gonna do demos for you guys to show you guys the differences between them and why even their commercial vacuum blending, it takes vacuum blending to the next level. So let's go check it out. So first up at Kuvings, I want to show you guys their new products they're announcing here, but are not yet available, and I'm not sure if or when they will be available in the United States. There's two of them that I'm going to show you guys today, the KIB stick blender, as well as the all new, hopefully to be released, Auto 7, which is basically like their Auto 10, but a smaller compact version. All right, first up I want to show you guys the all new Kuvings stick blender. This is 1,000 watts of power, and it has a nice LED display that you can control the speed settings. This is a stick blender, so stick blenders are kind of cool because it allow you to froth up and air up things much more effectively than a standard blender. In addition, they will also be coming out with a whisk attachment as well as a food processor attachment. So I really look forward to testing this in the future. You know, there's lots of things a stick blender can do that a traditional blender cannot, and of course, vice versa. All right, so this next product I'm super excited about. This is the Kuvings Auto 7. They have the Auto 10. This is the Auto 7 that's a little more compact and smaller at a lower price point than their Auto 10. Unlike a lot of more compact hopper style juicers, this machine will be made in Korea with an AC motor instead of a louder DC motor that many of those other compact hopper style juicers have. This is just being introduced here for the first time. They have a unique screen design on this, and instead of just being a regular hopper design, the auger just kind of comes up. So this is actually you know, basically just a tube on the inside. So that's once again a unique design. Of course, the lid comes off as well. So I'm really looking forward to this compact hopper design by Kuvings. That's a little bit a different design than their current Auto 10 in a smaller format for those of you guys that don't want to pay the big bucks for their Auto 10. Speaking of the Auto 10, let's go ahead and do a demo of their juicers, including the Revo 830, their best-selling wide feed chute juicer, and I'm going to also be demoing the Auto 10 and showing you guys the simple pros and cons of each. All right, next up I want to show you guys the Kuvings slow juicers. Both of these machines pretty much produce the exact same amount of juice. The difference is how you use them, and the choice is yours. Kuvings will give you the choice if you guys want to batch juice or if you prefer to put each item into the juice one by one without literally pre-cutting. And the big difference is this between a high-speed juicer and a slow juicer is this. This is the difference. This juice was made in a high-speed juicer today at 9 a.m., which is about 4 hours ago. Look at the separation, all the different layers, right? There's less nutrition in this juice because it has been all oxidized and it's been separated. Look at that, 3 distinct layers. You got the bottom layer, the water layer, and then all the foam layer at top. This is the same exact recipe made in a slow juicer, nice and homogeneous, nice and deep, rich red. All those pigments are the polyphenols and antioxidants. And let's put these together so you guys can see it close up. Look at the big difference, guys. Which one looks better for you to drink, right? Which is more nutritious? Do you want to drink this one? This is the high-speed juicer that most people own, right? Instead, get a Kuvings slow juicer to make a lot higher quality juice. So let me show you guys how easy it is to make a high quality juice such as this. All right, so first off, I'm gonna be juicing today in the Kuvings Revo 830, and check this out. This is all the pulp they've created today with this very Revo 830 on demo. Look at this, all the way up. They've made a lot of pulp. They've juiced a lot of juice. These are commercial quality juicers, but of course, these are the home models that can run up to 45 minutes straight, easily making you lots of juice for you and your family, or even a juice fast. And this is why I love the Revo 830, because literally all you need to do is turn it on, and you could take whole carrots without any cutting. You drop it in, and as you guys can see, the machine comes around and chops off little bits at a time. This saves you from doing the work to have it cut it up into little small pieces like you may have to do in other juicers, right? Even things like celery. Celery could jam and clog up other slow juicers that are vertical because the celery fibers have to make a right angle turn when the pulp comes out. With this, you just drop it in, and this will chunk off a little piece of celery at a time so it'll never clog or jam this juicer. This is the innovation of the Revo 830 that no other vertical juicer has. That's why I like it. So whether you're juicing carrots or celery or even just whole apples, you don't want to cut up your apples into little small pieces to put them in the juicer, right? With the Kuvings Revo, it has a 3.2-inch wide feature. You can take the whole entire apple, look at that, dump it in without any pre-cutting. That is really the joy of the Revo 830. No pre-cutting of your produce is necessary. You can just dump them in whole pieces. Once again, we're gonna go ahead and repeat a whole carrot, dropping right in, chunking it right off. Now, yes, this machine, you will have to, load it up and drop it in, and then wait for it to process before you drop in the next piece of celery. Once again, being chopped up. As you guys can see, the juice is coming out quickly and easily without me having to do anything. And of course, I love the most putting in things like full, nice, large apples. 3.5-inch wide right here. We're gonna wait for that celery to finish. And now we could just drop in the whole apple. It goes in there and the machine chunks it off bit by bit. It's been designed to process whole apples so that they don't get stuck. They'll get processed and the juice will come right out. That is really the joy of the Revo 830 running at a low RPM. It doesn't oxidize your juice like a high-speed juicer. And once again, no pre-cutting is necessary. Next up, I want to show you guys my preferred method of juicing, which is the batch juicer, because although you have to pre-cut some of the items, it allows you to save time because now you don't have to wait for each item to go into the machine. You just put them all in at once and then you can walk away. So let's check it out right now. So this is the Kuvings Auto 10, and personally this is the one I prefer between the Revo 830 and the Auto 10 because I love this gigantic 3-liter hopper that literally you can fill up with produce, turn the machine on, and walk away. That being said, you can't necessarily stick whole carrots in here because they're gonna actually stick out. So what I've done in this case is actually I've already pre-cut my celery and carrots into little pieces as well as the apple. So this is literally the same recipe, but you can see that it's already pre-cut. So once you pre-cut everything, you can literally open this lid and you dump all your produce into the hopper. And this will hold 3 full liters of produce. And at this point, all you do is you turn the machine on, and now I don't even have to babysit the juicer. I don't have to put things in there. The machine has everything. Its processing blade is spinning around. More importantly, feeding the produce into the juicer at the appropriate rate so it does not clog and jam on items like carrots, celery, and even apples. I could sit here and tell you guys a story. I don't have to sit here and, you know, load it up and wait. Oh, it's done. I got to put another one in. I got to put another one in. I got to put another one in. It does the same exact job, getting the pulp pretty much the same dryness as the Revo 830, but now this is a different way to juice. So which one do you prefer? Do you like to stick things in and wait for it to chop up because you don't want to pre-cut produce? Or would you rather be like me and pre-cut everything, put it in, and then I'm like literally gonna walk away for a few minutes and actually, I think I might go to the bathroom. Alright, so as you guys can see, the juicer finished without me, and this is what I love the most because I could, you know, now do some gardening or go to the bathroom or, you know, check my emails while the machine is working so that I don't have to sit there in front of the machine. This is how the Auto 10 will save you guys some time. And of course, when you're done, you can put the spout cap down. And then today we're gonna go ahead and try the juice for you guys. Nice, deep, rich juice there. That's delicious. And here's the thing, guys, both these Kuvings juicers have a full 15-year warranty, which is the longest warranty in the industry, to ensure you that you are getting a solid product that will last for many years to come. Now, as much as I love the Kuvings slow juicers, what I even love more is their all-new vacuum blending technology that is the easiest vacuum blender money can buy. So I want to show you guys that right now. So now I want to show you guys the Kuvings Professional Vacuum Blender model CB1000. This is my favorite commercial vacuum blender, and actually this is the very blender that I use in my house when I blend up my smoothies. I blend up my soups, I blend up my sauces, I blend up my salad dressings, I make nut butters in this machine. This is the one I choose to use in my house because it's the best of the best out there. Now, you know, this one is not cheap, it'll set you back a pretty penny, but this makes vacuum blending more convenient and easy than any other vacuum blender I've ever seen. In addition, it's also the quietest vacuum blender out there because it has the full sound enclosure. Now, of course, this is made for commercial use, although if you guys are a high-end home user or can afford it, you guys could buy this for your home as well. So now I want to show you guys what makes this blender unique and different than others out there. I mean, there's many different design elements that make this machine better than others, and one of the ones I like the most is that they have an asymmetrical bottom. Most blender crafts have basically a flat bottom that is the same level. And when this happens, you know, things kind of don't blend as well and have good agitation in the blender. If you guys look closely at this bottom, it's not flat. It has all these different slopes on there and different levels so that, you know, it basically makes the whatever you're blending off balance, so you get actually more and better blade contact with a nice blade that's pretty sharp that will grind up all your ingredients, blend it perfectly every single time. I'll blend up things like flax seeds and sprouted oats in here to make a flax oatmeal that I will use in different recipes as well as desserts. Of course, this carafe is nice and thick, so that will help dampen the sound as well. And of course, this is of course BPA free. Next, let's go ahead and talk about the base of this unit. This is fully automatic. You have several different buttons, 5 different buttons that you can pre-program with different cycles. You also have a button for the vacuum function to turn it on and off automatically, as well as a button to make the lid open and close automatically. This is something not found on other blenders in the world, where you can just literally, the lid will shut and open on its own. Of course, you could also pulse it and manually control the blender should you want. Now, what is the benefit of vacuum blending, should you ask? Well, that's what the demo they made right here, right? Just like I showed you guys in the juicer demo, right? A high-speed juicer, the juice will separate, you'll get more oxidative damage, you'll have less nutrition in your juices. But when you use a vacuum blender, you're gonna get a much more nutritious, better tasting, less oxygen put into your smoothie as well. So you guys can see this is an ordinary blender, non-vacuum. You can see a big foam layer, a big separation layer, and you have like the water layer down below. This is like, look at this. This is almost fixed. It's almost like concrete. I can almost turn this upside down. It's really not even moving. That's really all the air bubbles in there and the layering effect. We don't want this, right? Look at this. This vacuum blended smoothie you know, is pretty much, you know, homogeneous all the way through with one solid color. A little bit of separation at the bottom. Was made at 9 a.m., which is about 4 hours ago. But look at these side by side. Which one looks more tasty and delicious to you? Published studies have shown there could be up to 3 times more oxygen-sensitive phytonutrients and vitamins when you vacuum blend. In addition, when you vacuum blend, you're not swallowing all the air that could give you belching, gas, and even bloating. In addition, if you drank this right now, it would probably taste horrible because it contains bananas, and the banana polyphenol oxidase basically breaks down polyphenols and causes a sour, rancid taste, whereas this one is gonna taste almost like you just made it. That is truly the power of the vacuum blending, and I want you guys to experience vacuum blending if you haven't already, because once you taste a vacuum blended smoothie compared to a regular smoothie, you're gonna be like, I'm not gonna drink regular smoothies anymore. You're gonna be spoiled. I mean, that's me. You know, like my friend Nate says, once you go back, you don't go back, because now you know the difference vacuum blending can make. And I'm glad to say that Kuvings is the company that made vacuum blending the easiest out of any company out there innovating vacuum blenders. So let me show you guys how easy it is to make a smoothie in their CB1000 vacuum blender. All right, so today we're gonna make a very simple smoothie. All we're gonna do is we're gonna take some coconut water. We're just gonna go ahead and dump a whole bunch of coconut water. I think I'll put about 2 cups of coconut water in this smoothie today. Next up, we're gonna take 2 handfuls of grapes. We're gonna drop that into the smoothie today. Next up, we're gonna take 2 handfuls of the spinach, drop that into the smoothie. Next up, we're gonna take a few sprigs of mint and drop that in to the blender carafe to make our smoothie. And then finally, we're gonna take a banana to put into our smoothie, a nice creamy texture. Here's the secret of the bananas, guys. You wanna pull it over to the bottom and rip it from the bottom. It'll open up a lot easier than from the top. We're gonna go ahead and drop that in our smoothie. That's gonna help weigh things down. We're gonna go ahead and then put the lid on, right? And now this is the magic of the Kuvings CB1000, right? Once again, just like their Auto 10 juicer, where you could load it up, turn it on, you could walk away. Same thing with their CB1000 vacuum blender. Literally, all you have to do is have a finger, or maybe even you use your tongue to press this quick start button right here on the top. We're gonna press that once. Press it once, the lid automatically closes, the vacuum comes on for several seconds, maybe like 10 to 15 seconds. You can see the oxygen literally being sucked out of the liquid down below. This is removing the oxygen, and then it goes ahead and blends up. And I know you guys are sitting there with the camera, it's about 3 feet away from the blender. You could barely hear that blender running because it is so silent because of the sound enclosure, right? Look at this. It's already been blending for, you know, a few seconds, and we have 6 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's done. Okay, now I gotta stop it and do everything. No, I don't, because look, it auto stopped. It releases the vacuum automatically. No other vacuum blender does this. You gotta release the vacuum manually, which can be difficult to get the machine apart when you're done. It even opens the lid. Oh my gosh. All you gotta do is take it out, take off this lid, which is easy, no vacuum release. You could pour your fresh smoothie in your glass and enjoy. That tastes delicious, guys. Seriously, the Kuvings CB1000 is the vacuum blender I use in my home. And if you guys want the high-end vacuum blender, this is definitely the one to buy. If you guys want to learn more about the Revo 830, Kuvings Auto 10, or CB1000, make sure you click the links down below where I have full unboxing videos of all these machines, where I go into detail about why the Kuvings products are simply amazing. If you guys want to buy any of the Kuvings products, you can visit them at kuvingsusa.com. Make sure you guys use a coupon code I'll throw up right there, DJ10. It'll save you guys 10% off on your purchase. So now I want to show you guys the Legacies Company's booth. They are iconic brands, leading innovation. They own brands such as Omega, Zerol, Excalibur, West Bend, Yonanas, and many others I don't remember. That being said, I'm going to show you guys specifically the new products from Omega and Excalibur that are either out now or coming soon that I hope to review in the near future. So if you want to see reviews on any of the products that I'm sharing with you guys today, make sure you click that subscribe button right down below. I will have full review videos and unboxings on the items. So let's head over to the Legacy group and check out their new products. The products that Omega is featuring here in their booth, as soon as you walk in, I mean, this is right in the main door, so everybody coming to this trade show sees this booth front and center. This display says, "Your health is our business." Omega has been in business for over 25 years, making some of the best juicers in the marketplace, and now they are innovating and taking juicing to the next level, doing a little bit different than most companies out there. They're coming out with their all-new Intelladial branded juicers, where you can change the color of the juicers like a Cadillac Escalade. You could change the colors and the interior colors and the LED mood lighting in there. And they also, of course, their power blender with Intelladial. Now the cool thing about the Intelladial that we'll show you guys close up is that it has basically built-in recipes, and it will give you shopping lists so that you could get the exact recipe you need. Because so many times I get emails, "John, what recipe do I make for my blood pressure, for anti-inflammation?" Well, guess what? In the Intelladial, it is all built in. So let's check it out. So now I want to show you guys more about the Intellijuice juicers. They have two different models depending on the juicer style you want. Whether you want the 3-inch hopper with a larger hopper, so it makes feeding produce into the juicer easier, so you have to do less cutting, which is this model, or you want to do the new style batch juicing. That this Intelladial has the batch juicing ready to go with their Intelladial. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but on this little screen here, this is a screen, if you just press the button, it'll actually go and say anti-inflammatory. You could rotate it to antioxidant, you could rotate it to blood pressure, you could rotate it to detoxify, you could rotate it to heart health, hydration, immunity, and basically once you find the recipe you want, you press the button and it'll tell you the actual recipe. 1 cup kale, 4 sprigs parsley, 1 cup green tea. And you could also rotate the dial so that there's a QR code that you could scan with your phone, and then it'll actually pop up on your phone, the recipe, and actually a shopping list for you. So this is kind of really cool and innovative. You know, I've never seen a juicer with these kinds of functions before, because normally there's a separate recipe book, but this is all built in, which is totally amazing. You could go back to this little part of the dial where you have the different colors. You can press it, and then check this out. Look at the lighting there. It's like goes from blue to like purple to like pink to orange to like lime green to white. You can basically choose the color you want depending on the juice you're making or depending on the mood you want to set for the evening. So that's kind of really cool. Never seen a juicer like this. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think it's cool, or think it's like, we don't need that in a juicer? I don't know. Sometimes if you guys want to use a juicer, you just get to where it says the arrow and you press the button, and then it'll actually just turn on. Anyways, aside from the Intelladial, which is really cool, maybe we'll take some getting used to. I mean, I'm kind of old-fashioned and just like the dial to turn it on, turn it off, or press the button to turn it on and turn it off. But some of you guys may like the new, built-in features. That being said, I'm more about how is this machine designed and made, and so we're gonna go ahead and take this apart. As you guys can see, this top piece comes off. You have a nice wide 3-inch feed chute. I really love this feed chute because it's basically a straight down design. There's no stupid flip gate. In addition, this auger is quite unique. I've never seen another auger like this. Check out this auger, guys. It's metal up on the top half, and then it goes into the GE Ultim on the bottom half to do the grinding and crushing of your produce. The other thing I will say is that I really love this screen design. This screen design has more holes than any other vertical style juicer I've seen, so that may mean you're gonna get a higher yield with a whole large set of holes there and a smaller set here. And of course, then you have the juicing bowl, which is gonna be quite easy to clean as well. You know, there's just a nice wide open space in the bottom to get in there and clean. Of course, you have the spout cap there. All right, so yeah, it's also, so there's just very few parts. There's like 4 parts you need to clean, super simple, super easy. We're gonna assemble it back on. Just drop it in there. All right, simple and easy. Let's go ahead and check out this hopper style. This hopper is a nice clear hopper, so I like this. Most hoppers have like little lines going up it. And then this hopper, I love how you just basically, you press this little button and then you could lift it up. You just press this little button and then the top pops up, so this is a lot easier to use than other hoppers out there. You guys can see there's the hopper, and it has a stainless steel processing blade, which is nice. Other hopper juicers only have the metal blade. And And then if we take a look at the auger design, this is an interesting auger design, right? The top of the auger actually has a stainless steel plate on there to help grind up the food, which is interesting. I'll have to see how this performs in the future, but I'm concerned about like if produce gets stuck underneath the, you know, the plate and the regular Ultim auger. I'm not sure if this is a production or just a sample, so this may change by the time it is released. And of course you have the juicing screen, once again using a similar juicing screen to the 3-inch hopper. Once again, I really love this juicing screen because this may outperform other you know, hopper style machines in the future. And of course they have this actually a very similar juicing bowl that will also be very easy to clean. So I mean, once again, this is 1 piece, 2 pieces, 3 pieces, 4 pieces. Super simple, super easy. I really love the simplistic design of the juicer parts, and I look forward to testing it more in the future. Omega is also coming out with the Pro Force Intelladial blender with 1400 watts of power. This is a non-vacuum blender, but once again, it has the built-in program and the colors you can change, which I find quite interesting and maybe adopted by certain segments of the market may like things with your recipes built in. So this is quite a huge innovation, and I personally am interested to see how it will do in the marketplace. Other new products for Omega are actually, Omega is bringing back the TWN30S, which I sold many years ago. They discontinued and now they're actually bringing it back. This is a twin gear juicer, and actually they've done some changes to it, which is really interesting to me. I have not yet tested this. I hope to test it in the future to see actually how it performs, because it's a lot different than how it used to be. So this has a $4.99 price point. So that's on the lower end side for twin gear juicers. 15-year Omega warranty. We're gonna go ahead and take this apart and show you guys the new differences. And I want to show you guys right here. I mean, you got the end cap here, which is adjustable, which is really nice. You have the main body, which is a plastic here. I've had issues in the past with it, you know, grinding or rubbing and potential breakage on this part, including the screen. But the unique thing about this is that these gears, normally the twin gears pretty much look like that and they roll around, but these gears are interesting because like literally there's a circle cut out of it. You guys can see if you look down, there's a circle cut out of it. I don't know exactly what this does. I can only think that it allows for easier feeding of produce like thinner carrots, because putting a carrot into the twin gears, you just literally got to give it some downward force to push it in the gears. With this large hole here, it'll just like chunk off pieces of carrot, chunk off celery, better pre-cut the produce so that you don't have to when you're feeding it in, and allow for easier feeding. So this is quite new to me. I mean, at first you might look at this like, whoa, that's defective, but no, this is actually how it's made. So I look forward to testing the new TWN30S myself. So while Omega has been in business for over 25 years, they've normally specialized in high-end machines to cater to the really people that want to get into making health differences. They also see the benefit of getting somebody into a juicer at a lower price point. So I'm really happy to announce that Omega, one of the legendary brands in juicing, is now coming out with lower price point models that are entry level to get you in the door of juicing. Instead of buying some kind of off-brand, you could now get a major brand appliance at a lower price that is going to work and perform better than some of the off brands that are being sold today, because they have the juicing experience for over 25 years. So I'm really excited to learn about their all new machines that are at a lower price point. Both these machines are coming in at a $149 retail level, which I believe should really do well for penetrating the market and helping people who are new into juicing get into juicing with a name brand machine instead of an off-brand with name brand performance as well as warranty. So this is their all-new vertical single auger with 3-inch wide feed chute. This is definitely going to put a dent in some of those other low-end juicers. And this is actually their wide feed chute horizontal style machine, also at a $149 price point. So I look forward to testing both of these units in the near future. If you guys want my personal review on these and unboxing, make sure you click that subscribe button right down below to be notified when those videos come out. Next up, I want to show you guys the all-new Omega high-speed juicers that are taking it to the next level. Not only are these sub $100 price points, right? These machines look as good as some of those machines that cost twice or even 3 times as much. And once again, with the guaranteed Omega quality and performance. In addition, you know, I'm not a big fan of high-speed machines, but I know a lot of you guys don't want to spend a lot of money to get a juicer. While I would highly encourage you guys to look at the low-speed juicers that I just showed you guys, if you are looking for a high-speed, this is probably the one to get. This is the extra large high-speed centrifugal juicer in gray. This one looks nice and pro. I really love the clear design. They have a fine quality juicing screen, and more importantly, the biggest thing for me about it is this has the largest feed chute. Look at how wide that is compared to any other juicer I've seen. I mean, look, this is their large feed chute. That's how large the Jata one is. This one is even larger. That'll allow you to put whole large apples into the juicer and just juice it quickly and easily. Now, of course, these machines are a little bit louder and will oxidize your juice more, but once again, the price point is sub $100, which is quite impressive for Omega, a legacy brand. All right, so also at Omega, they are showing their Effortless batch juicer, which has won several awards actually. It's got the GIA Global Innovation Award, as well as the Best Kitchen Good Housekeeping Winner Gear Award. These machines are their high quality line. They retail for approximately $549. Really good quality machines made in the same factory that Omega has made the majority of their machines over the many years I've worked with them. That being said, they don't want to leave you guys out. If you guys want to do the batch juicing, you know, and not have to buy an expensive machine, they're coming out with a better solution at a $199 price point. So at the $199 price point, this is probably going to be one of the best hopper style juicers you guys could buy by a legendary brand of Omega. This also has an easy, clean design of the screen. I'm not going to show you guys this because I don't think it's a, you know, it's a production ready yet, and it may change a little bit, but I really love the clean design. I mean, look at, compare the big one down to the bottom, $549, to the one up top. It looks almost the same, and that piece is going to sell at $199. So that's super impressive, and I hope to test that once again really soon. And when it does come out, make sure you click the subscribe button, because I'll have a video unboxing and reviewing it for you, share with you guys my personal opinions. I understand that not everybody could own a $500 juicer has enough money, so that's why I'm really glad for Omega's budget line at the sub $100 price point, $150 price point, or even the $200 price point before their prices jet up into the $400 to $500 range for their main line machines. So last time I was at this trade show, I think I showed you guys prototypes of these Excalibur dehydrators. These are the Select Series dehydrator, and I'm glad to say that these are now available and have been some of the best-selling Excalibur dehydrators out there, because unlike some of their other models, they're all stainless steel. This is actually a black stainless steel at a price point similar to their, you know, legacy machines that have the plastic casing. These are definitely the entry-level upscale design that I really like a lot. They have full glass, tempered glass doors. Look at this. This is so nice to open this up. This has patented hyperwave technology and parallax airflow that you will not find on some cheap, inexpensive imported dehydrators. This is at a very affordable price, and of course you get the stainless steel trays there, so your food never has to touch any plastic. 30-hour timer, one time, one temperature. This one holds up to 16 square feet of drying space. So they have the 10 tray as well as the 6 tray that holds 9.6 square feet of drying space. Once again, which the parallax air circulation technology and the hyperwave patented fluctuation of the temperature, so you don't get the case hardening on your dehydrated goods. And this will work better because, once again, Excalibur is a legacy US brand, been in business for, I don't even know, like over 30 years, making dehydrators. And now they come out with their lower end select style so that you can now afford a name brand Excalibur dehydrator. So now I want to show you guys the 10 tray and 6 tray performance series Excalibur dehydrators that are now available. The 10 tray is $4.99 and the 6 tray is $2.99. These machines are very cool. They're basically a stainless steel. Outside they look really upscale, high end. Actually, what I use at home is the 10 tray commercial style Excalibur dehydrator, and this one is almost just as good for literally less than half the price. This also has a 100% tempered glass hideaway door. This is a feature not found on any other dehydrator out there. Literally, you open the door up, and most doors would just sit there open at the bottom. This one actually you push in, and now it's totally hidden away. You're not gonna bump it, you're not gonna break it. I really love this feature a lot. In addition, it has above, it has a glass view window, which is really cool. So you could actually not only inspect what is being dehydrated from the front to kind of see what's happening on the front row, but also you could look in from the top to see how the dehydration is progressing without even opening the dehydrator to see, you know, in the back where there's mostly the airflow and it's the warmest where things tend to dehydrate a little bit more quickly. In addition, this machine has a full 80-hour countdown timer, whereas the other model had a 30-hour countdown timer. And of course, this model has the 2-time 2-temperature dehydration that can greatly speed up and reduce the dehydration time. This is the very technology that I personally use in my home when I use my dehydrator to dehydrate my food. My favorite thing to make in the dehydrator these days is, of course, the kale chips. And when I use 2-time 2-temperature, how that works for those of you guys that don't know is that you can dehydrate things at a hotter temperature for the first 2 to 3 hours because there's so much water content that'll help burn off the water content more quickly to save time and energy, so you don't have to run the dehydrator at one set temperature. After you run the dehydrator at, say, 140 degrees for the first 2 to 3 hours, you can then drop it down to the lower temperature to 105 degrees, 118 degrees, or whatever temperature you see fit to kind of finish out the dehydration. This will ensure you have shorter processing time, better dehydration in the end, and also ensures you will preserve more phytonutrients because you are using the 2-time 2-temperature, because you can do it at a hotter time for the first little bit and then a lower temperature, so you can decrease and minimize the overall dehydration time. Because here's the thing, guys, the longer you dehydrate something, the more air is being flowed across the produce being dehydrated, the more oxidation damage and the more phytonutrients and oxygen-sensitive nutrients you will lose. Of course, these machines also have the patented technology of the hyperwave fluctuation of the temperature that is done automatically, so you don't get case hardening on the produce. And you also have the parallax airflow. This is patented technology, guys, only found in the Excalibur dehydrators. You will not find on some of those imported inexpensive brands. So I encourage you guys, if you guys are gonna buy a dehydrator, to get a name brand instead of a fly-by-night company that may not provide after service, warranty service, or more importantly, parts should a part fail on the dehydrator. Excalibur is here, and it has been in business in the United States for many years to take care of its customers and keep its legacy brand recognition. If you guys want to see my personal reviews of these machines in the future, make sure you click that subscribe button, because I will be having unboxings of all these different models to share my actual dehydration experiences and opinions with you. All right, so I haven't seen too much innovation here at this show this time, but when I ran across this booth, it's a booth of the Jata. They're a company from Spain that basically distributes in Spain and in the European Union the Emulsionizer, as well as a plant milk maker. It's actually the #1 plant milk maker sold in the UK and in Germany on Amazon. So I want to share that with you guys because this is the first time ever it's being introduced into the United States. So now I want to show you guys more about the Emulsionizer, and this is the Power of Emulsion by Jata. And this is it right here. You guys can see the setup. And here's the thing, this all derived from a product that came out 10 years ago, actually. It's this product right here. It's called the Milker. This is the #1 best-selling nut milk maker because it's a lot more affordable than other nut milk makers on the market in Europe. But even in the United States, which is now being sold, it's about 40 bucks to make your own nut milk. That's a lot cheaper than all these other gizmos and gadgets that cost a lot more money. So I'll be demonstrating this in a minute, but the main product I'm really interested in is, after this came out about 10 years ago, then they're like, hey, how can we use this same design and patent, because I met the inventor, he is here actually, and how can we use this to make other products? So then they developed a coffee maker, which is actually up there. I'm not gonna show you guys that because I don't really do coffee. But then the people making coffee, you know, because this is all plastic, they like, we wanted it in stainless steel. So now they made a stainless steel version. And then they found out that you could do a lot more than just make plant milk or coffee with it. You could process your basically scrap vegetables, scrap animal parts. You can make so many amazing textures. And trust me guys, I've been coming to this show for over 15 years. I've never seen a product like this that has such a range of options of what you can do with it to create so many different things. So if you like following recipes and you read the book and you want to do exactly to the book, this item ain't for you. But if you're a creative chef like me that always wants to come up with new different creations, I want to try this, I want to try this, you got to buy this machine. That's how it is. All right, so we're going to show you guys more about the zero waste kitchen secret hero, and that's what I really love. They're like, hey, we use this, then we use this, then we make the pate out of the nut milk, you know, stuff that was made, and they're doing all kinds of cool stuff. So let me go ahead and share you guys more about the Milker by Jata, as well as the Emulsionizer, which is what I'm really excited about. So now I want to show you guys the Emulsionizer, which is the product I'm really here to talk about, but I really want to give you guys the background of where this came from, which is actually from the Milker. Now this product is not available in the United States in this exact form. This is the version for the European Union and is available in Spain and other countries over in the European Union. This is just for sample. That being said, there is an exclusive distribution rights with a similar product, similar to this, to make plant milks, and it's a company called Gottinger in the United States. Will sell maybe this kit or something like it, or maybe something upgraded. I'm not exactly sure what they're selling. But anyways, this is where it all started like 10 years ago. This is once again the best seller in Spain and in the UK on Amazon, and this is all it is, right? This is a very simple device. The base kit will come with this plus a little measuring cup maybe, and all it is you get a tamper, you get a special sieve, right, with a solid bottom, and you get a container. So then what you need to do is you will basically fill up your water, and I'll show you guys this in a minute. You fill up with water to like a ½ liter. You put in a little bit of nuts, including things like peanuts with the shell, which is amazing. Then you will need to provide your own stick blender, you know, such as this one or any other stick blender you can find. Of course, if you guys buy this in Europe, you know, some versions do come with a stick blender if you want to get that, and it costs a little bit extra. You will then put all the mixture in here and then run it with a stick blender, and then use this to tamp it down to get the pulp dry, and then you are left with your plant milk inside here. You can pour it and drink it, and I'll be showing you guys this in just a quick second. But that is literally where the Emulsionizer, which is the product that I'm really excited about, comes into play, because they had this for 10 years. They made one for coffee, and they're like, hey, we want it out of stainless steel, so let's take it to the next level. So that's actually what they did. And now the Emulsionizer is made in Spain, so it's from the European Union, high quality, not some stuff made in China. And this is the power of emulsion in here. And let's go ahead and open it up. And in here, this is the zero waste kitchen secret hero. And I mean, the things that the inventor was telling me you could do with this is insane. I mean, in Spain, they eat all kinds of crazy things that I would never eat. Like, you know, they'll make paella, which actually my ex-girlfriend's dad was from Spain, and he made authentic paella. Actually, that was the one exclusion I made for my diet, to eat some really good authentic paella one Christmas with him. But you know, they'll have all kinds of waste things like fish heads and shrimp shells and shrimp heads. They could put it in this Emulsionizer, because normally you would throw it away, and now they could turn that into a nice soup broth and so many other things. I mean, basically, like I told you guys earlier in this episode, if you are creative and like playing in the kitchen, you need to buy this tool, right? Because you could do things like bouillon, broth, soups of fish leftovers, or even other animal parts that I probably wouldn't eat myself. Probably even like small bones, like bone broths and things. So just this will grind up the bones so you can extract the nutrition from it. Of course, let's talk about vegetables because that's what I'm into. You could take kale stems and other stems and even some, you know, shells of like peanuts, for example, that you would never eat, and now get those nutrients into you. You could also make things like fantasy emulsions, and basically make like drinks, like you put wine in there plus basil, you know, and maybe rosemary with the stems, some anise, cinnamon, and just put it in there with the emulsion, and actually it'll extract all the liquid and the flavors of those and impart that into your wine. If you don't drink wine, I mean, the cool thing is you can probably make mocktails and cocktails, like mix in fresh rosemary into your, I don't know, gin or vodka. I don't drink, so I don't really know all the crazy mocktails you would create with this. And also at the same time, as a benefit, this will also aerate it up and make it nice and foamy. So I mean, this derived from the coffee version, which is, you know, they have a plastic version, where you could make lattes and things and take whole coffee beans, put it in there with some dates or some nuts, and instantly make some amazing creations. I mean, anyways, you could also do things like stew thickening. So like, for example, you make a stew on the you know, stove, and then you put some of the stew in there, and then you put nuts and seeds or even like maybe some beans in the stew, and you instantly add thickener to your stew without adding you know, additional ingredients, and making a nice fine texture that you select, right? Also, of course, you can make plant milks and coffee combinations. The coolest thing about this to me that I'll be demonstrating in a minute is that you could take normally things you would not eat, right? The skin of the onion, right? The peel of the avocado, the pit of the avocado. It'll emulsify them up, and when you have the extracted, you know, finished product, you'll not even know that there's the avocado pit in there that you are now drinking to get more nutrition in you. And it's an amazing texture, guys. I'll show you guys this in a minute. Anyways, this is the kit. This is the full-blown kit. This is the version available in the European Union at this time, not available in the United States, so they're here at this show to find, hopefully, distributor, and I think potentially I've lined them up with one that may bring this in. So I really hope they bring this in because, you know, for chefs in America, you guys are gonna love it because you can do so much with this kit. So here's the kit, and you know, here's the thing. This is for people that are health-minded, right? There's no plastic in this kit. This is all natural, you know, wood and stainless steel. Even the cleaning brush, right, is a natural cleaning brush, right? And this carafe, this is a high-quality carafe. This is not some cheap, chintzy thing. This is nice, thick glass that, provided you don't drop it, will last many, many years. So I really like that it's made in Spain, high-quality materials. In addition, you get the main emulsifier right here, and this is it. This is their claim to fame right here. This is a stainless steel tube with a 300 micron screen in the bottom half of this. In addition, in the bottom, it is open. That's because they have screens. You can basically unscrew this. Once again, solid stainless steel. As this comes, it's dishwasher safe. You could use this to create stews on your, you know, in your stove when you're using it in your pots. It's not gonna overheat because it's all stainless, so it's totally safe. Of course, you know, when you are using it for stews, you know, you could put this little handle on so that you don't burn yourself. And if you're gonna put it in the dishwasher, you get to take the handle off. So they made it like this, so you know you have the flexibility to use the tool like you like it. In addition, they also have not some cheap plastic plunger, they have a real wooden plunger. This is how things were made like 100 years ago. And now I'm glad this company is making it today so you guys can have no plastic food contact, safe materials to use. This is like you put in there to basically make sure you get the pulp and the emulsion, you know, to the dryness, consistency, and extract all the liquid goodness out, okay? Of course, when this goes in like this because you're working with the stick blender in here, which is sold separately. You know, when you're gonna pour things into this, they have a funnel so you can basically pour your excess soup stock and things in there to work with, or, you know, I'm gonna process things like fresh juices, so they have a nice funnel. This is basically pretty much a standard canning size funnel. And then of course, to store your mixtures, they have a nice, once again, wooden lid with silicone seal to store things in the fridge when you're done, whether you make soup broths or other mixed drinks or coffees, lattes, whatever you're making, right? Extractions, you could store it simply and easily. Now the coolest thing is these little discs. And you know, these are the discs that are expected to come with the US version when it is finally released. And also, I need to let you guys know that the inventor, I mean, the inventor's a cool guy, man. He has like a cool hat and then actually he walks around in his pocket, right? He just pulls out, he doesn't pull out his wallet, he pulls out, hey man, I got all these discs, check it out. And he'll pull out all these discs and be like, I got all these discs, and he's got more than 4. He's got like 20 discs in his pocket with all different size holes that he's currently testing and inventing and finding the right ones that are gonna work the best so that he can include them in the future to you guys. I think he's cool for having all these discs in his pocket. Maybe he could use them as throwing stars. Anyways, this unit comes with 4 discs as it is, and they will hopefully have more in the future. So I'm gonna show you guys how these discs work. You're basically gonna take the bottom of the emulsifier, unscrew the bottom, and then you can take the discs and drop it in the bottom, and then you're gonna screw it on like this. Simply and easy, and now you have a 300 mil mesh here and then a solid bottom. So whatever you put in here, you grind up with your stick blender is gonna basically be forced out the side. So the stick blender has a lot more blade contact time than a traditional blender, and also you're blending in a small space. So this means you're gonna get a finer particle reduction size. So that means that makes it so that you can actually eat avocado pits because it's gonna be forced through, in this case, the 300 mil mesh with no bottom. So this is gonna keep a really thick mixture inside there. Now, of course, if you don't want a thick mixture, you don't have to use the solid piece. You could use any of these other ones, which is the 300 micron disc. You could use the 500 micron disc, which all has a little bit larger holes, or the 1000 micron disc to get even more particulate and create more texture in your blended mixtures or your emulsions. And maybe in the future, if you're lucky, actually this came out of the inventor's pocket just now, I saw it. 2000 micron disc may come out in the future, and of course he has all these other ones that we probably won't even see. So today what I'm gonna do is, now that you guys learn how all this works and how this goes together, once again, high quality stainless steel parts, we're gonna go ahead and put in one of the discs, and I'm gonna make for you a very special soup using whole food, plant food ingredients, using some ingredients that you would normally never eat. But before I do, I'm gonna show you guys how you use that milk maker to make a nut milk. And of course, this unit can make nut milks just as good or maybe even better than this one, because once again, this one is plastic and this is a high quality glass. This is the one that I'll be using at home myself. All right, so now I want to show you guys how to use the milker to make your own nut milk. Of course, the emulsionizer could be used also to make nut milk just like this. But I wanted to show you guys because this is like the 10-year-old product that is the best seller. But this is the whole process, okay? So we're gonna take it out of the box. You got your tamper there, you got your screen, and you got your container. So the first step is you're gonna use clear water, pure water. You could use coconut water if you want. Today I'm only gonna make a ½ liter, but you can make up to 1 liter using this container. Or the other thing is actually you could use your own container to make even more. Oops, I overfilled this, so we're gonna pour some back. All right, so now we have exactly a ½ liter. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and put the milker in there. And we're gonna simply add our ingredients. So number one, I'm gonna add something normal that you would make nut milks out of. This is just the cashews, drop it in there. Next up, this is something you would not make nut milks out of. You might use peanuts in your nut milk, but how many of you guys would ever use peanuts with the shells? That's insane, right? Well, you could do it, put the milker here or the emulsionizer. And then of course we have all these other ingredients. I mean, we could put a few coffee beans, let's just put a couple coffee beans, boom, all right. Next, of course, for sweetener, I don't encourage you guys to use sugar. Use something like dates, so very important. You gotta make sure you pit the dates. As much as this will grind up avocado pits, it's not gonna grind up date pits. So we got 1 date, throwing it right in there. And then all you need to do is have a stick blender. Now the best stick blenders to work with this system are a lower RPM stick blender, anywhere from 300 up to 1,000 max. You don't want to really go too fast because then it may not work as well. So you want a slower stick blender, but having a lot of torque and a good stick blender is very important. So all we do now that we got all the ingredients inside there, we're just gonna go ahead and carefully put the stick blender in and go up and down. And you're just gonna simply do this very simply and easily. Whoa, and it's suctioning me in, it wants to pull it in. So you're gonna maybe have to hold this down and stabilize it a little bit to pull it up and down. This will give you a little bit of a workout, not that bad. And we're gonna go ahead and process this for about a minute. You guys can see, look at that, that water is already turning into amazing nut milk. I mean, really, the machine is doing the emulsion because it actually has a nice little cyclone inside there. So it's really feeding itself in and getting good blade contact to get those coffee beans, even those peanut shells fully broken down. All right, now we're done, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and lift this up. As we're lifting it up, we're kind of spinning it, and this will help get all the liquid out. All right, now check it out. We got all the nut milk out, and we're at approximately half a liter. And I'm gonna show you guys what's left inside. You guys can see there's a little bit left inside. That's all right. That's why we have the tamper. Don't just jam the tamper in there. You wanna put the tamper in and kind of make an up and down motion, right? Up and down motion, you guys are gonna see more liquid even getting squeezed out of the milker here. So we're gonna make sure, and then now once you get it fully down, you're gonna press it down with all your might, get it nice and dry. You will not break it. All right, now check this out, guys. This is impressive, right? I didn't have to hand strain it in a nut milk bag or nothing. And look at this. We're gonna go ahead and take this out, and we're gonna go, boom! Look at this stuff, guys. This is dry pulp, and look at that. Do you see the peanut shells? I had whole peanut shells in there. Where's the peanut shells? I mean, you see some of the little bits of coffee, but it was grind up. It's like a fine grind coffee at this point with all the nut meat, you know, ground up. All right, so now I want to show you guys actually what this nut milk looks like. Look at that, nice and frothy. We're gonna pour this out for you guys on the camera. Whoa, look at that, amazing. Wow, that's, oh, I taste the coffee in there. I never put coffee in my nut milk. A little bit sweet. You know what? I taste the peanut shells in there, interestingly enough. I never eat peanut shells, but the peanut shells has a luteolin, which is actually a really good phytonutrient that can give you many health benefits. And you know, once again, it's in this nut milk made with the milker, also made in the emulsionizer that we'll be showing you guys right now making a vegetable soup. All right, so now I want to make you guys a soup. Today I'm making a cold soup, but you can make actually a hot soup as well. I don't have the time, unfortunately, to do that today, but hopefully in the future I have a lot more videos with the emulsionizer showing you guys all the amazing things you can do, but also if you are creative, you could come up with your own recipes, right? You don't have to follow the ones I'm using. If you have extra scraps laying around, put those in there, add some seasoning, add some spices, add some olive oil and some vinegar, and boom, you have an instant meal with your food scraps. This is amazing. So, you know, first we're gonna do, this fits in a little bit tightly, so you gotta pull it up. But first I always like to add the water in. You know, you don't need to pull it up to add the water, but I'm gonna do that for you guys today because I wanna show you guys. All we're gonna do, this is purified water. We're putting a little bit more than a half a liter, right? Next up, we have the 0.5 screen in there. That's a 500 micron. We're gonna go ahead and drop that in there. And now we get to put all the ingredients in there. You know, for me, it's very important to always eat leafy greens. Most people don't eat enough leafy greens. I want you guys to eat more leafy greens. The emulsionizer will allow you to do that. So literally, we're gonna take a handful of organic spinach here. We're just gonna basically break it up into half, break it up in half again. We're just gonna drop that into the machine. We're gonna go ahead and then take a kale leaf, including the kale stems, right? Break it up into little pieces. We're gonna drop it in the emulsionizer, right? These are things that you might normally use. Maybe some of you guys won't use actually just whole kale stems. You usually cook with a nice kale and you throw this away, but hey, the kale stems have lots of minerals in there, actually more minerals than the leaves themselves. So break up your stems, throw them in the emulsionizer so now you can get the benefits of the nutrients and the minerals and flavors, right, of the stems in you. Next up, we're gonna add a piece of lemon, including the rind. Next up, we're gonna add 2 dates pitted for sweetness. Next up, this is cool, we're gonna add the avocado with the pit and the skin. You guys never seen anybody do this before. Drop it in there. We're gonna add in half a piece of garlic with the skin as well. This is nutrients you guys are gonna get that you never do, so now you don't have to have food waste, right? We're gonna put a piece of the onion, once again with that skin, and actually you guys don't know this, but the skin has a lot of nutrients because like if you ever look at the skin, it's really deep, rich red. Has those anthocyanins a lot redder than the inner skin. So once you add a lot of ingredients, it's getting kind of full in here, guys, so we're gonna do what's called a pre-blend. Once again, we're gonna take our stick blender, we're gonna push it down so that all the items are actually under the water level, very important. And then we're just gonna go ahead and simply blend this up. And as you guys can see, the emulsion literally slowly coming out. So they've been using this stick blender for the last 3 days here at the trade show. And because this is a 220 volt model, not meant for use in the US, it actually burnt out on me as I'm doing this. This has nothing to do with the emulsionizer. So that being said, I went to one of my favorite companies here, which you guys just saw a little bit earlier in this video, which is Kuvings. And as I showed you guys, they're coming out with their all new stick blender. So I was able to borrow the Kuvings stick blender to finish this recipe off for you. So let me get ahead and show you guys. This is the Kuvings heavy duty stick blender. You want to use this with a good stick blender. Let's go ahead and finish up this recipe. All right, so we got this blended really nice, and now we have room for even more ingredients, so let's add them in there. Number one, we're gonna add some celery in there, strings and all. And we're gonna add a whole piece of the red pepper. How many of you guys eat red pepper, the little green part on the top, or even more importantly, the seeds, or this white pith? I use this when I'm juicing, but in the emulsionizer, you could put this in as well. Also, we're gonna go ahead and put in some of the leek. A lot of you guys may use the bottom of the leeks, you never use the top, so we're just gonna cut off a little bit of the leek here, throw it in there as well. We're gonna put 8 peppercorns, I'll just shake a few in there. 8 peppercorns. We're gonna put a little bit of salt. Of course, salt is optional if you guys are on a low salt diet. We're also gonna put a little bit of organic Bragg's apple cider vinegar. Whoop! That'll give you a nice acid flavor. And of course, you can't forget the olive oil. This olive oil is not to my standard. I get special olive oil from Italy that is like 900 in polyphenols. This is the Whole Food House brand. A little bit of olive oil, make it really nice for you guys. You guys can even take it to the next level and add something like a hot sauce, Tabasco sauce. You can even add something like kimchi or sauerkraut, right? You could be creative when you make this, so boom, boom, Tabasco sauce. Make it not nice, hot and spicy. This emulsionizer, you could process basically anything in there. Once again, powerful stick blender. Let's get going. And watch the color change as we emulsionize this mixture. So in about 60 seconds, you're done emulsifying. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna lift this up, and much like with the almond milk or the nut milk, you're gonna lift this up and spin it a little bit more, and it's gonna spin the extra emulsion mostly out actually the bottom instead of the sides. This will get the mixture on the inside the driest, because I wanna show you guys actually you know, what's left in there. Once we get it pretty dry, we're gonna go ahead and then take, in this case, the wooden tamper, drop the tamper in there, and once again, push it up and down as you go down slowly. And then you can just go ahead and press down, and look at all that soup coming right out. Man, this presses really easily, guys. All right, so I'm pressing this up and down because you don't want to press too hard, too fast, otherwise it's gonna rise back up at you. So there is a small learning curve, and you'll get, after you do it a couple times, this is my first time literally ever doing this. And you know, I was able to pick it up. This is not rocket science, super simple, super easy. Basic kitchen skills required. All right, so we're gonna press this all the way down, and we're gonna show you guys what's left, because that's really impressive. You guys saw all those whole things go in there, and we're just gonna go ahead and take this, drop it in there, and look at this nice pate. And if you had like a little chip, you could take chips, and now you could use this as like a, you know, like a pesto or something, right? It's actually quite good. So what I really want to show you guys is the texture of this soup. It's like no other. Look at that. This is nice, thick, and creamy, all fully emulsionized. Once again, all those plant-based ingredients into a nice, quick and easy soup with very little waste. You could add additional olive oil, additional salt, maybe some chopped up basil to this, and have another dip, or maybe like a sandwich spread. So many different ways. You can make some zucchini noodles and put this over the zucchini noodles to, you know, get more nutrition value in you. That's why the emulsionizer will help you turn your kitchen waste into usable, edible food. And let's go ahead and see how this tastes. Wow, that tastes delicious. So hopefully the emulsionizer is gonna soon be available in the United States. If it is, I'll be having a video on it, so make sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my new and upcoming emulsionizer videos, so you guys can learn how to do more with your food scraps that would otherwise go to the landfill. So I think that brings me to the end of this episode today here at the Housewares show, or Inspired Home show. If you guys enjoyed this episode and want me to do more videos in the future, share with you guys the all new, latest and greatest products and new products, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. More importantly, please be share this video with other people so that they could be, you know, have awareness of the emulsifier, as well as all the other amazing products that I saw here. Also, be sure to click that subscribe button right down below so you don't miss my new and upcoming episodes. I'll be coming every 5 to 7 days. You never know where I'll show up or what new products I'll be unboxing, demonstrating, or that you'll be learning about on my channel. And also make sure you click the little bell so you get notified as many videos come in. And finally, be sure to check our past episodes. Our past episodes are a wealth of knowledge. Over 800 episodes at this time, teach you guys all about how to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables to enhance your diet and enhance your health. So with that, my name is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for our YouTube visitors.